and welcome everyone back to PAFR after a long break after the end of Season 3. Today we are here for the season opener of Season 4 at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Once again, we come here for a complete new championship of PAFR for Division 2 as well. I'm your commentator David, once again really happy to be commentating for this league, for this division. I'll be with you through all the season to watch amazing battles, great racing on track. And well, we are a bit late today with the commentary because there was a glitch that didn't let me see the first part of qualifying. There is of course a timing glitch because I had to rejoin after a game problem, so I think it should be fine if when everyone else finishes qualifying, as I'm not taking part. I'm just the spectator, the commentator. But we can see Vintage Greece has now the fastest time of the session with a 1:26.5. PAFR Luke follows with a 26.8. In the same 10th we have Freestyler, just some thousands behind PAFR Luke. Then we have Arin on P4, our current champion. No, I'm sorry, he is the champion from Season 2, our champion from Season 3. Possibly has been promoted into Division 1. He is not with us anymore in Division 2. So we continue racing the qualifying. We have around possibly 5 minutes to go. My timer is glitched, as I just said. We will go on board with some of the drivers from now on a flying lap. We have the Alfa Romeo of Goodwill, who is a new face in the PAFR League. We go on board with him into Sector 1. Following him comes Shockwave, his teammate. Also a new face to me at least. Thus, slow time in Sector 1, I have to say. Shockwave is already invalidated, so I think it's not the actual run of two Alfa Romeo drivers. We have Paulo Frost in the Haas, doing his flying lap around Sector 2. He's taking all the inside of the corner, gonna go all the outside of the curve. Now we're gonna take a bit of the inside, not going completely over it, trying to go all the way through the outside of the track and not going completely off the white line. Now he is gonna try and go take all the curve, but he invalidates unfortunately on the final corner. He is gonna start a new lap, but is he allowed to? Or no, he's not. That's what I suspected. The game, as he invalidated the final corner, considered his gain an advantage to the exit of the new lap, the start of the new lap, so it's not letting him set a new fast lap. Vintage Greece, our current pole sitter, provisional pole right now, on the pit lane. PAFR Luke, the man in second place, is coming out for another shot, possibly the last one. Ben, who I already know really well from past season, I'm on board with him, who didn't get the better exit out of the corner. He got a tiny slide, but managed to keep it on track and continue on his lap, but possibly cost him some, maybe a tenth or a bit more in that only exit of the corner. Once again coming into Sector 2, he's gonna go slower by 1 second. So I don't know if this is a glitch, because I already saw another driver going slower by 1 second here, so we'll have to see when he crosses the finish line. He is not gonna cross the finish line. He's actually going slow and coming into the pit lane. PAFR Luke is on a flying lap right now. He is still about to finish sector 1. He's now improving 1/10. This is still not enough to put him on pole position, but he'll need to find more pace in the coming 2 sectors. We ride onward with him. There's a McLaren in front, but it's completely off the track, so it's not gonna block him in his flying lap and possibly final attempt to get that pole position. Coming to the end of sector 2, he's improving 4/10. That is definitely enough to put him on provisional pole, on pole position today for the first round of PAFR Season 4. Coming into the final corner, he needs to do this cleanly. He needs to do a neat end of the lap. He's gonna be on the top place, and there he goes, P1 for Luke, 126.2, 3/10 faster than Vintage Grease. But Vintage Grease, of course, is gonna respond. He is now starting his flying lap. Coming into turn 1, gonna try and break the latest. Takes the corner, almost going over the curve. And he does not get the better exit. Got a bit of a slide there out of the corner. It's a really annoying corner to try and go full throttle. I think he's aborted the lap. I think he is aborted the lap right now. Yes, he has. I wonder if there is enough time or not. Remember, I have a timing glitch, so I can't say 100% sure he's gonna be able to go for another lap. If he won't, then no, Luke is retired. Luke is already out of the qualifying, but well, he's already set his final lap. Vintage Grease, I'm not sure again he's gonna be able to make it to the line. The timing glitch is all a mystery for me. And that is going to be the end of qualifying. Looks like Vintage Grease was not able to do another lap. Arin is also coming into the pit lane. Most drivers have already finished qualifying. In the Gamer, the only driver remaining on track, already invalidated, and will come in to retire the car for the start of the race. PAFR Luke is your first pole sitter of the season, your first pole sitter of the year in 2022 for PAFR Division 2. And we come into the formation lap. We are gonna check the strategies, as I usually do, of the people out of the top 10. We have Euch on the mediums, Paulo Frost on the mediums, Indie Gamer on the mediums, Chromad on the mediums, Rishi on the mediums, Womax on the soft tires, Eat My Dust on the hards, Rhino on the medium tires. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'll call him New Team on the medium, on the soft tires, and Ecot finally on the medium tires. So most people are starting on the mediums. Then we have 2 people on the softs and one guy on the hards out of the top 10. Now we just were shown the recommended strategy. Oh, and someone has spawned. That is Indic Gamer, I think. No, it's Paulo Frost on the has just spawned in the formation lab. I was gonna talk about the strategies. I don't really care about what the game says about it, because many times it really doesn't matter. So what I got to say, the strategy for this track, a soft medium, even if you don't believe me, is possible. I mean, the tires will make it to the end, but the tires at the end will be dead. Then maybe a safer strategy would be the soft hard, but possibly the most recommended one would be the medium hard strategy. I think would be the best. And if you really feel you have the pace, you could try a 2-stop strategy, would be a soft, medium, soft. We will find out the strategies. Maybe a disadvantage starting on the soft tires for some people. We don't know about that, but we are gonna get starting. Lights coming out now. It's lights out and away we go. Luke does get a good start. Got a good run out of the line. Now is being put under pressure by Arin, who has made up 1 place in the start of the race. Vintage has dropped the place with Arin. We already have a yellow flag in sector 1. I think that's the McLaren of Ben. Also Goodwill, I think, had a problem there. Both of them dropping 10 places in the start. We have Arin battling hardly against Vintage Grease into the end of sector 1, but Arin stays ahead. It's a Red Bull 1-2 now. Luke leads, Arin in second place, and it's now Freestyler who's sending a dive down the inside of Vintage, but Vintage is gonna get the better exit out of the corner. We still keep following the battle, and he gets a tap. He gets a tap, and the Ferrari of Gabri goes a bit wide. Gabri is off the track right now. He retakes his place on track. He's gonna try and go all the way around the outside. By the outside, we have a battle here for P3. Happy Gilmore is through. He's got past all of these guys. What a move. He's still trying to fight against Vintage Grease into the end of sector 2, and Gabri's out of the race. Gabri's already out. Happy Gilmore has a tiny slide there out of the corner. We go into lap 2 almost. We finish with lap 1. Luke leads the race by 6/10 in front of his teammate Arin, and the 2 Red Bulls have already more than 3-second gap to guy in 3rd place, Vintage Grease. Happy Gilmore is on the slipstream. He's trying to get this move done. Can he get it done into turn 1? Is he gonna send a dive down the inside? No, it's not happening. He's still backing up, but Shockwave is gonna try and go all the way around the outside. They go really close side by side. Are they gonna make contact? No, they won't. They leave the space to each other. Shockwave is past and into 4th. We have a yellow flag on sector 1. There is a Haas in the wall. That is Indic Gamer, who is around. Not sure if there was any damage to the car there. And there's a Ferrari round. It's New Team who got a really good start. Now once again drops a lot of places after a contact possibly and a spin. Luke leads the race. Then we have Arin on second place, who's going outside of the track. A mistake there by Arin, but they keep extending the gap to Vintage Grease on P3. We continue following the battle between Happy Gilmore and Shockwave. This is still not done. Happy Gilmore 1/10 behind Shockwave. He's gonna try and go all the way down the inside. They're gonna try and go side by side through the very fast corner. The Alpine is trying to get on this slipstream of the Alfa Romeo. He's gonna go all the way into the last corner. Is he gonna not trying to get the move done? Of course he won't, but he will maybe try and do in the main straight. DRS is enabled now. We keep following the fight between Happy Gilmore and Shockwave for P4 on the race. He is not deploying his ERS right now. He's gonna wait for the first DRS of the race. He will have, is he now be able to make the move? He's gonna need a really good exit out of the corner, which he hasn't got. Shockwave will wave on the straight and will hold into his place. One move to the inside, one move to the outside. Wasn't really weaving there on the straights, but makes it, stays into 4th place. Also, Happy Gilmore didn't get the better exit out of the corner. Luke is really comfortable in the lead of the race, 8/10 in front of his teammate Arin. Both of the Red Bulls not really deploying their ERS, they are just driving safely, not trying to push even. And well, Vintage Grease is also driving completely on his own in P3, with no one in front, no one behind. Shockwave is 1.9 seconds behind, and Happy Gilmore still attacking him. We are gonna focus now in this battle between Paulo Frost and Womax. This is battle for 6th place on the race. I also have to say Eckert is made up 10 places from his starting place, which was the last place on the race. Now he's up into P10 already, into the point places. He is now looking to make a move on Rishi, both of them on the medium compound of tires. But Rishi also has the DRS of Eat My Dust to defend, but Rishi should be getting the move done because Eat My Dust is in the heart. He should be slower. Echo should also be able to get past in this same straight, but can Echo now send a dive down the inside of Rishi? Yes, he will try. No, he won't. He will back off, but he will get the better exit out of next corner. No, Eat My Dust is through. Eat My Dust gets past Echo. They're almost going 3 wide through the straight. Freestyler is also attacking here on the soft compound of tire. He should be faster right now. Echo has dropped into P11. What a battle here in the midfield of the race. Eat My Dust now is losing time to Rishi in front, who's already starting to pull a bit away. The Freestyler on the soft compound of tires against Eat My Dust on the hard should think about getting the move done really soon. It's not happening at the moment. Eckert on the medium finally dropped one more place. Goodwill, who is on the soft tires, is also getting close into the pack. In the lead of the race, Luke has almost put a 1 second gap to Arin, but Arin will get DRS one more time and will be able to shorten that gap into the 2 following straights. We have now here the battle between Happy Gilmore and Shockwave once again on this slipstream. Shockwave's light is flashing, that means he's out of ERS. Happy Gilmore will get the move done by the outside, but they're gonna go side by side through the corner. Happy Gilmore gets the move done and is up into 4th. Shockwave with no more ERS to counter-attack. He'll try to go all the way around the outside. Happy Gilmore defends his place really well there. Red Bulls completely flying to there here at Sakir. Already 5.4 second gap to Vintage Grease. On the 3rd place, Vintage Grease is also pulling away from Happy Gilmore. 3 second gap already. The leaders are completely on a pace of their own. It's only gonna be a inner fight between the 2 drivers of Red Bull. Luke leads the race, Arin in 2nd place, Vintage Grease in 3rd. It's still only lap 5 of the race. Many things can still happen, and we have a yellow flag on sector 2. It's new team out of the race. He spun himself out, and safety car is on track, and this changed everything. The 5 second gap the Red Bull team had is no more. Luke is into the pit lane, Aaron is into the pit lane. They are gonna make a double stack here, but Aaron should be safe because they had a 5-second gap to Vintage Grease. No, he may not be safe because Vintage Grease, I think, got into the pit lane before Aaron. And how are they gonna come out? Vintage Grease is just ahead of Aaron by almost nothing of a gap. But this completely splits the Red Bull duo. Vintage Grease is up into virtually second place of the race. What a change over the race in just a couple of seconds. Red Bull definitely not happy with this. Paul of Rust is now your current race leader, but still he needs to make his stop. He has 5-lap old medium tires, and well, PAFR Luke would be virtually in the lead of the race. Has fresh medium tires. We will see if he will be able to make his way through the 4 guys ahead of him. He has demonstrated to have more pace, but it's a complete different thing to be faster and to overtake. So we'll have to see if he can manage to make those moves. If the DRS train falls ahead of him, it won't be easy to do so. I also have to say it's been a nightmare session for the Ferrari team. Both of his drivers already out of this race in P20 and P19, unfortunately. We have currently everyone made their stop except the top 4. Safety car should last for 1 more lap. It's definitely not gonna go in this one. The Haas of Paulo Frost leads the race. Then we have Rishi in second place, Eat My Dust in third. Eckert on 4th. Which all of them have not pitted yet. Well, and Richie has overtaken Paulo Frost on their safety car. What is this? What is going on here? And safety car will be going out in this lap. Richie is gonna restart the race. And he will start pulling away at any moment now. The safety car is still not in. Is he gonna wait to the line? No, he won't. He's already going. Richie does a really good restart. Eat My Dust is now trying to go all the way around the outside of Paulo Frost on the hard compound of tires. Great battling just on the restart of the race. But Paulo Frost is gonna stay ahead. Eckert is also trying to send a move on Eat My Dust, but no, he has to back off. We have PAFR Luke, our virtual race leader. He's being attacked by Vintage Grease, who wants to take virtually the lead of the race. They go side by side. Red Bull stays ahead by just a bit of a margin there. Teammate Aaron will definitely try and go for a move on Vintage Grease. He is definitely not happy for losing the second place. On the pit stop, having to make unfortunately a double stack. Rishi leads the race by 1.1 seconds ahead of Paulo Frost. Eat My Dust in P3 with the hard tires. This is really good for him if he can keep the pace with the medium runners in the slower compound of tire. Eckert on the slipstream of Eat My Dust is not being able to get past. We have some moving here at the back of the track. It's Rhino versus Elge for P13 and P14. Some positions changing there. Richie goes off the track completely. What happened there? Richie, oh no, it was a glitch of the game, looks like. Luke has got past finally Eckert. Down the inside he goes. Eckert leaves the space for him. He has nothing to lose there. He's on older tires. He just lets the fastest driver go past. Now Eckert is actually trying to counter-attack this. Eckert wants to retake the place. He's gonna try and go all the way around the outside. He's putting his elbows out. Doesn't want to lose against PAFR Luke. Doesn't matter the older tires, the older the tires are. Eckert doing all he could to try and defend, but not manage to do it. Now Vintage Grease is getting down the inside as well. We have Aaron who will try and get past Eckert also in the next couple of corners if he can. Maybe down the inside here. No, he's not gonna go for it. Happy Gilmore on the hard compound of tires is definitely trying to go long. Has already made his stop. Could pay off for him later in the race. He is now keeping with the train, so it's good for him. PAFR Loop gets past Eat My Dust. It's possibly one of the easiest moves he should have done. With him in the hard compound of tires. Vintage Grease is also going past down the inside, makes the move stick cleanly. It's up into fourth, and now he needs to make sure he doesn't lose the DRS range with PAFR Luke if he wants a chance of winning this race. Next step is for Aaron to get past the two of them, but that is not happening at the moment. We are on board with Aaron. He's gonna send a dive down the inside. No, he will have to wait. He will have to wait for the next straight. He's got a way better traction out of the corner than Eckert. He should get past. He's not even gonna need to get to the end of the straight. He is already ahead in the middle of the straight. Aaron takes P6 of the race, but Eckert will try to fight back again. They made a bit of contact, but nothing happens. Freestyler is now also on the attack of Eckert. Linda at the front. Luke is trying to get past Paulo Frost, going side by side, but finally gets the move done. It's up into second place. Just needs to get past Rishi, and he will retake the lead officially of the Bahrain Grand Prix. 2.1 seconds is the gap between the two of them. Eat My Dust is dropping now almost the DRS, but no, managed to stay in Vintage Grease DRS. Vintage Grease will now try and get past Paulo Frost. Things are not going well for him at the moment because Luke is already more than a second ahead of him. He still needs to clear Paulo Frost, and that is not happening yet. Aaron is also sent the dive down the inside of Eat My Dust and is ahead now. Takes P5, but also has lost DRS to Vintage Grease. But well, he showed to have more pace in the first part of the race at least. We'll see if he's able to catch back with Vintage Grease, but Vintage will have an advantage now, who will have DRS, will get easily past Paulo Frost, and well, now he will have to give it absolutely everything if he wants to catch back with PAFR Luke. DRS open, he's not even using his ERS. 1.1 the gap. Maybe if he used his ERS he could have got a bit closer. Now it may be all over for him if he's not able to match PAFR Luke's pace. Aaron is now, next target will be Paulo Frost to retake that fourth place of the race. Paulo Frost got repassed Vintage Grease, and they make contact. They make contact out of turn, sorry, I forget the number of turn it was, turn 4 if I'm not wrong. They made a bit of contact, and I think there was no damage to the car there, but it still was a really aggressive move by Paulo Frost, trying to re-overtake Vintage Grease. Even with the older tires, he never gave up, and now he's backing off almost 3 seconds behind of PAFR Luke, who is now in the chase of Rishi for the lead of the race. 1.1 is the gap. Vintage Grease can't not get past Paulo Frost. This is helping Arin to get close again to the Mercedes. He wants to retake that virtual second place of the race. He's not sending a dive yet. He will wait. They still have an easy move to do first on Paulo Frost. Then the battle will continue for the actual second place of the race. Luke is getting closer and closer into Rishi. We come into lap 12 of the race. Rishi leads 8 tenths, only 8 tenths ahead of PAFR Luke. And there goes Arin attacking Vintage Grease. He's gonna send the dive down the inside. They are gonna make a bit of contact. No, they won't. But Arin, of course, is gonna get the better exit out of the corner. Vintage Grease will have to defend hardly here, but that is not happening. Paulo Frost is on the attack again and sends a massive dive down the inside. Not a massive dive, but still gets ahead. And now Arin gets the two of them in one corner. Arin is ahead and back into the virtual second place of the race. I actually definitely have to give credit to Paulo Frost for such a defensive moves on these two guys on way fresher tires than him. He is now gonna have the DRS, and no, Vintage Grease is now get past. Has he gave up already? Yes, at least at the moment. It's not, didn't try to send the dive again on the inside of Vintage Grease. It's now gonna get interesting between the Red Bull and the Mercedes drivers battling for virtually second place of the race. We have a yellow flag on sector 3. It is Paulo Frost. No, Paulo Frost, after such great defensive moves, it's cost him in his round and spawn. Not sure if there's any damage to the car, but he's dropped into 17th place of the race. PAFR Luke finally is getting the move done. He's getting the move done down the inside, but Rishi will try and re-attack for the lead of the race. He's gonna have the DRS now. Is he gonna be able to get past Luke or not? No, he's not getting enough straight line speed, and Luke stays ahead. Luke finally retakes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Arin now needs to close 3 seconds to Rishi to retake that second place, and is now starting to pull a bit away from Vintage Grease, who is already 1 second behind, 1.1 second behind. Vintage Grease has to have the pace of Arin by now, at least he hasn't demonstrated it. Yeah, he keeps dropping. Arin has way much more ERS than him, so that battle is already done, I have to say. Arin will stay ahead by, he will start pulling away, of course, and now we'll have to go and chase Rishi for that second place of the race. Rishi, by the way, hasn't lost DRS with Luke yet, still staying 8 tenths behind. We have a yellow flag on sector 3. That is gonna be the Mercedes of Rhino spawn at the end of sector 2. Freestylers now getting the move done on Vintage Grease. Definitely Vintage Grease has dropped a bit of pace in this part of the race, but Freestyler goes wide. Freestyler goes wide out of the corner, but gets a really good exit out of the next one, and it will not be possible for Vintage Grease to re-overtake. Rhino gets a 5-second penalty for spinning in the pit lane, and he's left the lobby. Okay, he should have retired the car, I guess, but instead he's just quit the lobby completely, with leaving his AI there, which could be a bit annoying if there's something like a safety car. So I always say that you should retire the car in case you don't want to race anymore, not just leave and leave the lobby and let your AI racing for you. But well, we keep going with the race. We are on lap 14 of 29. We are almost on the half of the race. Luke leads by 1.2 seconds ahead of Rishi. Arin is closing, but not too fast to Rishi. He's 3 seconds behind now. He should be there in a couple of 5 laps, I will say. Around lap 20, he should be already at the back of Rishi, I think. Just took a little break there after a really hard commentating I've been doing through all this race, really giving my best to make it the most exciting possible. And we are back with PAFR Luke, who is leading the race now by almost 2 seconds ahead of Rishi, but doesn't have too many ERS now. And well, I have to say that with my prediction I was completely wrong. Arin, I think, will get into the back of Rishi in the next lap. I said 5 laps. It's actually only gonna take 2 laps possibly. Two seconds behind Rishi right now. He is getting close, but anyway, Rishi still has to make his stop. I do believe that Arin and Luke could make it to the end on those medium tires. Well, when they come into the end of the race, they will have 22 laps if I'm not wrong. And I think it's possible for the mediums, they would be dead, yeah, but not a 100% sure puncture would happen, so maybe someone will try and take the risk of staying out and not pitting again, but the safe strategy to do would be coming in for the soft compound of tires in a couple of laps, maybe extend those mediums to lap 22 or something could be an option. But well, Arin is actually closing now the gap 1.5, not closing it as much as he did in the past lap. And Freestyler is out of the race. Freestyler is out of the race. He spun on his own. He is out, and we are gonna have a safety car or not. Goodwill is also spun. Goodwill is also off the road, I think, but he is back on track. So weird we didn't get a safety car after a really clear crash like that. Freestyler put too much throttle maybe into his car and just spun and is out of the race. And Arin is there. It wasn't 2 laps, it wasn't 5 laps, it was actually in the middle of that. 2.5 laps I would say it took him to catch Rishi. 1.1 is the gap. He's still not in the DRS range, but will soon be. He will not be in this straight, I think. Yes, he won't be in DRS, but of course he will in the main straight, so I will count that as 3 laps it took him, since I said it, to catch with Rishi. But of course he will not get the move done, I guess. In the main straight he's still 7 tenths behind. He will possibly need to wait 1 more lap, or need to get a really good exit out of turn 2 or turn 3 if I'm wrong. I'm not an expert on the corners. But well, 6-10 behind, he could actually get the move done here. If he'll need to deploy all his ERS, Richie doesn't really have, and Richie's coming in. No, he cuts the pit lane entry there. I thought he was coming in. I'm not sure if that's allowed or not. Well, he's making the move by the outside. Arin, he's already getting past, but no, Richie will try and fight this one back. They are really close to making contact, but the DRS will have it for Arin. But Richie will try and send a dive down the inside. They made a bit of contact there. Made a bit of contact, and Richie stays ahead. Richie managed to stay ahead of Arin. Fighting hard, these two drivers. They are really close to making contact there. But Richie has the inside. Richie stays ahead for one more lap. Arin gives him a little tap on the back. This is backing off Arin against his teammate PAFR Luke, who already has a 4.3 second gap to his teammate. Can Arin get past this straight? I think he won't be able to, because Richie has been doing so really good defense maneuvers. Hasn't been able to get past in the main straight. Possibly won't get past in this short straight we have in Sector 2. By the way, Shockwave has got past Vintage Grease, who has been dropping a lot of pace since the safety car restart. I'm really not sure if he maybe has a bit of damage into the car. Can't confirm. We have a yellow flag on Sector 2. It's Paulo Frost who's out of the race. Paulo Frost is out in Sector 2. Another spinner on his own from another driver. Rishi is going all the way down the inside to defend from Arin. He's gonna go back to the outside to cut a bit the slipstream there. Arin is gonna send a dive down the inside, but Rishi will leave the enough room for him to avoid a collision. Rishi's got a terrible exit out of turn 3. Rishi will not be able to defend this one, I guess. But no, he's trying to go all the way around the outside. Arin gets the move done, but Rishi gets the better traction out of the corner. Rishi not be able to get ahead of Arin anymore. Arin finally takes the place. Arin is into second of the race. Rishi still holding into the DRS of Arin, but will quickly lose it. And I think he should start thinking about pitting, because he's gonna start dropping a lot of pace on those medium tires. And Arin spun! Arin is spun on his own once again. Another driver goes round completely on his own, and that is a complete heartbreaking moment for him. When they had a Red Bull 1-2 in the bag, Arin has completely spun and smashed into the wall, and the wing is completely off his car. Arin will now have to come into the pit lane to replace that front wing. Thankfully the spinner happened really close to the pit lane entry. He's now gonna go for the soft set of tires. Of course, no, he's not even going for the softs, he's going for the mediums to the end of the race, which is even worse. He's not even gonna be able to go fast in the final part of the race. What a terrible end for Arin after that accident. Shockwave has come into the pit lane for his second stop. He is out on fresh soft tires. Well, what I have to say, Arin is really lucky to having the DNF after that crash. I think freestyler DNF in the exact same place. We also saw Paulo Frost who went around in the middle of Sector 2 and also DNF the race after the crash. And luckily for Arin, he's still in this race. So now it's damage limitation for him. He'll need to try and fight back, save all the possible points he can. Currently on P14, well, what a terrible moment for him. After being comfortably on P2, now has dropped out of the points in less than a lap. Luke leads the race, 6.9 seconds, 7 seconds now ahead of Rishi. Rishi is coming into the pit lane now. He did an excellent job extending those medium tires for 20 laps. He's coming in now for fresh soft tires for the end of the race. Vintage Grease is also coming into the pit lane. Finally, no one is trying the strategy of staying out on those medium tires except Luke right now, who, well, is already leading the race, so he really hasn't anything to lose. Shockwave has made the undercut really good on Rishi. He's 2.3 seconds ahead of him. Should have better pace than him, I guess, too. Well, thanks to 3 drivers pitting ahead of him, Arin is already back into 9th place of the race. He's having a bit of a battle here with Womax. Womax is gonna try and send the move down the inside. No, he won't. He is gonna back off the move against Arin there. Luke has a really comfortable lead of 13 seconds ahead of Idmaidas, but he may well have to stop again. He should maybe stop again. He still gonna be virtually ahead of this race, but if he stops now, he would possibly come out in P5 or P6, just ahead or behind Indic Gamer, who currently holds that place. But he's still staying out, and I think it's a wise decision because he maybe wants to extend that gap enough against Indic Gamer to when he pits, he will be still ahead. He will make sure he will be ahead. Idmaidas and Echo, the 2 of them coming into the pit lane, also did a very good job extending those tires till this point of the race. Shockwave will set the fastest lap of the race and is looking really good to get a podium on this race. Happy Gilmore, by the way, on the hard set of tires, he already made his stop, so he's possibly not stopping again. Of course, if he wants to hold into that 2nd place of the race, he doesn't have to stop again. Of course, if he stops, he'll drop a couple of places, which of course will take him out of the podium. He has a 9-second gap to Shockwave. He'll have to survive for 7 more laps on this race with those old hard tires against fresh softs of Shockwave. Well, of course he has the track position advantage now, but the faster tire advantage now is from Shockwave, who will try to shorten up that gap as soon as he can. And there goes Luke coming into the pit lane for his final stop, changing into the soft compound of tire. He's of course gonna be ahead of Shockwave. Happy Gilmore is now in the lead of the race, but I don't think he will be able to hold into that. Actually, Shockwave could be ahead of Luke. Actually, yes, he could. It was really close, but now Luke, I guess, hasn't got the better exit there. Shockwave will have now the DRS of Luke. Luke got just by a minimum margin stay ahead. 7 seconds is the gap between Luke and Happy Gilmore. Anything can happen now. It's just turned out into a crazy finish of the race. Happy Gilmore leads with 16-lap-old hard tires. Luke has fresh, soft tires now. 6.5 seconds is the gap. I really don't think Happy Gilmore is holding into that lead of the race. The gap is falling down really quickly. Luke should be able to get past in the next, what I will say, 3 laps at least. I don't think it will take him more. The pace is completely abysmal difference between the pace of the 2 of them. Luke already 5 seconds behind. He's shortened a bit, about 2 seconds on this lap if I'm not wrong. 4.9 right now the gap between the leader, and Shockwave now picks a 3-second time penalty. This is music to the ears of Rishi, who will now have a chance of getting a podium on this race. Shockwave run out of ERS, same as Rishi, but Rishi is managing to stay on the DRS range. Rishi sets now the fastest lap of the race. I think the podium could well be between these 3. Rishi could even get a P2 if they manage to catch Happy Gilmore. To be honest, I don't think Gilmore is even gonna hold him to the podium today. His pace is so slow at this moment. He is already only 3.4 seconds ahead of PAFR Luke, who is closing like a complete bullet, a complete rocket ship on track. Arin here having a really good battle against Eat My Dust, but surprisingly Arin will stay ahead with the medium set of tires. Finally, Arin has managed to save a bit his race. He is now into P6 after dropping into P14. Well, it was damage limitation after that spin and crash. He is now making it into P6 as I just said, but could drop more places because the guys behind him are on the soft compound of tires, so they should be faster in this last stage of the race. And we have a battle here between Rishi and Shockwave. Rishi is trying to send the move down the inside. Still, he'll have the place against him because of the penalty, but still, there goes Rishi on the slipstream as Shockwave gets the move done, and it's up in the second of the race, but Shockwave will try and defend all the way around the outside. He will not get the slipstream, but who of these two will have the DRS? It is Shockwave who has, and will now try and go all the way down the inside. He sends the move stick, but no, he's not getting better traction out of the corner. Rishi will try and fight again, but it won't work, and Shockwave stays ahead. Eat My Dust has got past Arin right now. Ben follows and could and possibly will get past Arin because of the difference of tires. There is a lap, of course it's Rhino's AI who's being lapped by the McLaren driver Ben right now. Then comes Echo, who will also try and get Arin's place. Arin can finish this race or on P6 or on P9 I think. That's all. And look, we have the move for the lead of the race. It was obviously gonna happen at any moment now. Happy Gilmore is ahead. He tried to do an alternative strategy of staying out on the hard tires, but it hasn't worked. Here comes Luke. It's not even gonna need to use a bit of his ERS. He's already past him in the middle of a straight. Luke retakes the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix in lap 26 of the race. Shockwave and Rishi keep battling hardly for P3, and all this battle could maybe save actually Happy Gilmore's second place of the race. These guys have been battling each other so hard till now that they haven't been able to shorten the gap with Happy Gilmore to second place. The gap was around 4 seconds in the previous laps, and it's still around 4 seconds in this lap. 3.6 now. They have been closing a bit. They're gonna have 3 more laps without counting this one to catch Happy Gilmore for that podium place, that second place of the race. Happy Gilmore could end out of the podium today. 3.1 the gap between the Shockwave and Happy Gilmore. We've got finally our first commentary of the day, which we will quickly go and check. It's a comment from Bradley MacArthur who says Chromat on fire, and well, Chromat is on P10. For you, my friend, I'm gonna focus a bit on his race. For you, my friend Bradley. So thanks for your support to our driver Chromat, currently on 10th place of the race. Now fighting hardly for that last point of this race. Ben is 8 seconds ahead of him. so there's no chance on this unless an accident happens ahead from him to catch one more place. But he's now battling hardly to defend that last point he will get on this race. In the gamer trying to attack also wants that final point in the Bahrain Grand Prix. He has 3 lap fresher tires, but Chromad at the moment is staying ahead. In the gamer has a bit more of ERS. We'll come back to this battle later. We're gonna focus in the lead of the not in the lead. The lead is already decided by Luke, who is 4.5 seconds already ahead of Happy Gilmore with 2 more laps to go. Richie and Shockwave keep battling hardly. They should be able to catch Happy Gilmore into the final lap of the race. But I have to say Gilmore has the podium on the back, because anyway Shockwave has the penalty. Even if the 2 of them got past him, he will still finish ahead at least of Shockwave, and I think there's no way they are pulling 3 seconds ahead of him. Unless they get past him on this lap, then things would be more interesting. Rishi is already on the DRS range from Happy Gilmore. Rishi on the DRS. Is he gonna be able to get past here or not? Rishi hasn't get the better exit out of the corner. He will have DRS of course, but still not enough to get past Happy Gilmore. Happy Gilmore seems to have a chance, a minimal chance, but still an alive chance of holding in that second place of the race. He will have third anyway, but the second place would definitely be what he wants in this race. But it will be difficult, but the chance is still there. 4 attempts separate Happy Gilmore and Rishi. 5 attempts now coming into the DRS straight. Final lap of the race. Happy Gilmore's got a really good straight line speed there to defend against Rishi. On board with Rishi, who is on the slipstream. He's gonna go all the way around the outside, but Happy Gilmore sends a dive. But no, Rishi sends a bigger move by the outside and is ahead. Rishi does an excellent job to overtake Happy Gilmore with a great move around the outside. What a move. And now Shockwave is gonna send a dive down the inside of Happy Gilmore. But anyway, he will still not get that third place. Now everything Happy Gilmore has to do is keep Vintage Grease behind him, not let him get past. Bradley once again messaging, he says sent it, and the fire emoji. So we are gonna go with Chromat once again, who has dropped 2 places to the guys on the fresher tires. Now it's in the gamer who has the last point of this race, but we have to focus now in the final part of the race on the leaders. Here comes Luke. What a solid drive by this guy. He's gonna be your first winner of PAFR Division 2 Season 4 season opener in Bahrain. There goes Luke, crosses the finish line and wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Rishi will take second place of the race. Happy Gilmore, in a really aggressive strategy, will take third of the race with those 23 lap old hard compound of tires. What a race this has been. What a season opener we've had today at Sakir. And that's the end of the Bahrain Grand Prix. PAFR Luke has won the season opener with a very dominant drive, I have to say, 6.3 seconds ahead, and a really comfortable race through itself, I have to say. Takes fastest lap as well. Rich will finish on second. Happy Kilmore will complete the podium. And well, game gave Rishi the driver of the day, and I have to agree with that. From P15 to P2, taking those old mediums all the way into around lap 20 laps in the mediums, in the old mediums from the right start of the race, finally doing a great strategy at the end to take that second. I definitely have to recognize that to him. Really solid, really aggressive, and well, he went for it and got the second of the race, so my driver of the day goes to him as well. Luke as well could also be one of my drivers of the day, but just because of a dominant drive. I mean, we didn't saw many moves from him. He just dominated the race completely from the start. We could say the moves he did were when he came out of the pit lane and had to re-overtake the 4 guys ahead who didn't stop, but apart from that, it was complete race completely dominated by him. Well, that is gonna be everything for today. We had a great race for the season opener. Next week we will be back, so thank to everyone once again for watching the stream, being with us. Thanks for the comments as well, not much, but still thanks for typing there in the YouTube box. I really appreciate that, and it's always good to interact with the viewers. Also thanks to the drivers today who gave us a really exciting show on track, and we will meet back next week. Goodbye.